It began quietly. No headlines, no crowds. Just a city breathing through narrow streets and tired windows. In a small home, a family learned how to live with less. Less space. Less noise. Less certainty. Outside, the world was changing faster than anyone admitted. Inside, silence became a kind of shield. Books were not just books anymore. They were questions. They were danger. Some words were allowed. Others had to disappear. The father listened to the radio late at night. Low volume, careful hands. News traveled faster than fear, and fear traveled faster than truth. Every knock on the door felt louder than it should. The children asked simple questions. Why can't we go out? Why are the windows covered? Why do people whisper now? No one answered directly, because some answers were too heavy for young voices. So stories replaced explanations. Soft stories. Safe stories. Then one evening, a decision formed. Not sudden. Not brave. Necessary. They would hide more than themselves. They would hide words, thoughts, a record of days that were not supposed to exist. A notebook was opened. A pen touched paper. And without realizing it, something powerful began. But what happens when hidden words refuse to stay silent? The days blended together. Morning looked like night. Night felt endless. Time lost its edges. The hiding place grew smaller with every breath. Walls listened. Floors remembered footsteps. Even silence felt watched. The notebook became a companion. Not just paper, a mirror. Each line caught a feeling before it could disappear. Fear, hope, boredom, dreams that refused to shrink. Outside, boots marched. Orders were shouted. Names were called, not gently. The world beyond the walls moved with a hard rhythm. Hard rhythm. Inside, life continued in fragments. Shared meals, quiet arguments, sudden laughter that felt dangerous but necessary. Writing changed. At first, it described days. Then, it questioned them. Why should some lives matter less? Who decides which voices are erased? The pen didn't know it was becoming brave. It just kept moving. Sentence after sentence, truth after truth. But secrets have weight, and weight leaves marks. Neighbors noticed. Rumors traveled. One afternoon, a sound froze the room. Footsteps on the stairs. Closer. Slower. The notebook was hidden. Hearts raced. Breaths counted. Will the words survive when the door finally opens? The knock came without warning. Sharp. Final. The kind of sound that changes a life before the door even opens. No one moved at first. Time paused. Then voices entered the room. Cold, official, impatient. Questions followed. Orders after that. There was no space left for hiding. Only for memory. The notebook stayed where it was. Silent. Waiting. It could not protect them. But it could remain. Days blurred into motion. Rooms changed. Faces disappeared. The world became louder and harsher than before. Yet the words did not end. They rested. They waited for hands that would find them later. Years passed. The city rebuilt itself. New streets, new names, but the notebook returned, not as paper, but as a voice. People listened, not because the story was perfect, but because it was honest. A young voice had written what many were afraid to say: hope. Humanity under pressure. The story traveled farther than its writer ever could, across borders, across generations. Because some lives are taken from the world, but their words stay. If a single hidden notebook can change history, what stories today are waiting to be written?